Good morning. It is Friday. We're on the precipice of another weekend, and I, for one, could use it. It's been a bit of a long week with the presidential election and the news cycle. And yesterday I was looking for pretty much anything to watch on YouTube that was not politically related. And I watched a video, and I'm so glad I did, because there was a saying that was mentioned in the video that I'm going to get to in a second that I think was brilliant and exactly what I needed to hear. It's funny how life brings you those messages when you most need to hear it. And it was so impactful when I heard it that I actually grabbed my journal, the new one, which I still have yet to make a video out of, which I will soon because it's amazing. But in any regard, I grabbed my journal and my favorite new fountain pen, and I wrote it down. And I now have a section in this journal that is going to be just notes and things that pop in my mind, capture those things. I don't know what to call it yet, though, that part of the journal. Maybe just notes, but it's got to be something more clever than that with me. But I wrote it down, and the saying is this: happiness is not a future event. And I think a lot of us need to hear that these days, right? I think that a lot of times we think, oh, if I can just get to the next payday, then things will be okay and I can relax and be happy. Or if I can just make it to my next vacation, I can be happy. Or holidays are just around the corner and life's going to slow down a little bit and I can enjoy it with the kids and then I'll be happy. But nobody's promised tomorrow. Nobody is promised anything, and the past is past. There's nothing you can do about it. You can learn from it, but there's nothing you can do to change it. And so there's happy memories, but the point is that why do we constantly put off being happy now? Why does it have to be some future event we plan for? A lot of us actually plan time to be happy. And it was interesting because I was watching the video. The person who said it is Nuno Bentoncourt. And anybody who knows that name knows he is the guitar player for the band Extreme with Gary Cherone. And Gary Cherone has ties with Van Halen, which is my all-time favorite band. And they were doing an interview with Sammy Hagar, who also has obvious ties to Van Halen. So it was interesting to watch this video, and it's like a 3-month-old video, and it just came across my feed. But it was interesting to come across that video because they were talking about, Sammy asked the question, what makes you happy? And Gary Cherone answered the question, but then Nuno got to it, and he just started talking about how he had seen this saying. He read it somewhere and he wrote it down and he keeps it in his kitchen. It's posted on the refrigerator, and it's that phrase that happiness is not a future event. And I just thought that is the perfect message for this week. I just think that it's brilliant in its simplicity. It's something that I want to remember more often because I think that's something that will help me ground myself in the present, if that makes sense. I think oftentimes we don't live in the present as much. We're always thinking ahead. We're always thinking about the past, and we don't really spend much time focusing on the present and being here and now. And those are the things that I really need to work on. And last night, as I was thinking about this, my wife and I were trying to get caught up because Yellowstone. We love Yellowstone. I love Yellowstone. And the cowboy in me loves it. And we know that the second half of season 5 finally starts up this Sunday. And so we've been rewatching the first half of the season. And We've got like 4 episodes to go. And so we wanted to watch an episode last night, but we started watching an episode and then a conversation started during a commercial break where we had paused it to get drinks. And a conversation started. And I decided that I wanted to be present in that conversation and not just move the conversation along and hit the play button so that way I could get back to watching Yellowstone. I wanted to practice being present. And we were 20 minutes into the episode, roughly. Never turned it back on. Never turned it back on. We left it on pause and we sat there and talked. Just had a conversation. Talking about some random stuff that was important to me. And she was like, I don't understand. I just don't get it because I don't think that way. And it was a really engaging conversation. And I am fortunate enough to be married to my best friend. And we have conversations like that all the time on the weekends. But it's very rare that we have those types of conversations on a weeknight. And it was fantastic. I loved it. And so just from practicing being present and in the moment, and that conversation started and not wanting to move on to that future state of what I thought would make me happy, which was watching Yellowstone. In reality, being present and having that conversation with her made me so much happier than watching the end of a show that I previously watched 2 years ago that I'd forgotten, right? And I think that conversation is going to stick in my mind way better than an episode of Yellowstone. And that's saying something. I love that freaking show. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys on a Friday because I think that is the perfect message to go into this weekend with. This weekend, your homework, there is no comment in the comment section. If you want to do something in the comment section, just give me a thumbs up. But the homework for this weekend is to be present. Whether that's doing something on your own because you need a break and you need some time to yourself and being present in that moment and recharging your batteries, or if it's spending time with your family or friends, whatever you have planned for this weekend, don't change any of those plans. Just really go into those plans, whatever they may be, with the mindset of being present and focused on the people you're interacting with. Then on Monday's Coffee Talk, whenever that publishes, you can let me know how the weekend went then. But as always, thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time seeing me, Coffee Talks are kind of my jam lately. So be sure to subscribe if you like this video. Hit the like button. Like I said, do a thumbs up emoji in the comment section. And as always, I'll see you in the comment section, but I'll see you there on Monday after you practice being present for your friends, family, or yourself. It's important to have time to yourself as well. Talk to you soon.